All right, folks, the deck is Spell Relic Demon Hunter. The goal of the deck is to play a bunch of relics, doubling them up with Relic Vault, working our way towards Artificer Zymox so that we can repeat some of the relics and close out the game against our opponent. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Roffle. All right, one additional card I think I want to include. Let's actually cut the Unleash Fell and go with Mana Burn. Just because without spell damage, Unleash Fell is a little bit less impressive. We'll see if I come to regret that when I start queuing into aggressive decks. I thought it was back in Twist for a second there. Alright, let's keep the I-Beam in the Outcast slot and see if we can avoid getting scammed by Rogue.
I see you brought gas.
First the fires, then the ashes.
If they coin a cannon, we've got 2 answers for it, which is exactly one more than one answer for it. I think we can just chop that down. Doesn't really tell me about what type of rogue it is just yet, but could be pirate, could be Kingsbane, could even be Cutlass, but that seems less likely. Okay, this is going to be extraordinarily difficult for me to beat because the matchup is kind of horrendous for me. But we'll do our best. Possible if we can get like the deal with the double down. No, we're just dead. The game's already over. I'm gonna go next because we cannot win the matchup. Unfortunately, there's going to be quite a few matchups like this in Modern Wild, which is why I haven't been playing a lot of Wild, because it's not fun in most of the matchups. Like, it's one of the least broken rogue decks in the format right now.
Versus Thrall. For Doomhammer.
I alone will shield my people.
And let's keep the mark and look for things that ramp the relics before we get to... There we go. Before we get to the dimensions.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Not my favorite matchup, but at least we have a chance, I think. That probably allows me to just slip this into play. Do have a fair amount of health to work with. I would like to gather some more resources. No. Anchored totem just yet. Which in an ideal world is what I would use this on. Doesn't really matter where these hit. It was always going to end up with the same outcome. Well, there's the anchored totem. It's a good pickup. That was honestly probably the main thing I was going to go fishing off of with the Illidari studies anyway.
I am the harvester of wrath. Would you like to learn why?
Cernin. Do have a clear on that. Very good draw.
For Suramar.
Sets up well into the Curtis. Sure.
I have given up everything. What have you sacrificed?
Not too much. Just this bat. And I guess these two. Alright. We're in a pretty good spot. So I've got 4 plus 3 attacks, 6, 10.
Pain makes you weak.
It's kind of fit together a little too well. Let's hold. We've got a lot of clears if we need them. And a lot of draw if we need that. I guess I could have just used this instead.
No, you.
Kind of checked out of this game already.
Fear my glaive.
It's fine. We wouldn't have had lethal anyway. We didn't have enough attackers. And now I can just use this on the Relic, surely. Phenomenal order. But then again, who am I to talk? Alright, never thought I'd see the day where a matchup against even Shaman was a breath of fresh air. But here we are. Just modern wild Hearthstone things, I suppose.
Arana versus Garona.
All right, folks, welcome.
I will carve out notes with every strike.
I alone will shield my people.
Alright, let's keep Relic Vault. And see if we can find some relics to vault.
I see you've brought guests.
Let's get a Jotun down, maybe. That could be fun. Playing against Rogue in this format is not, though. Because I have no idea what type of Rogue it's going to be. I just know that it's likely to be one of the strongest decks in the format.
There be no treasure 6 feet under.
That may, in fact, be best case scenario. Assuming it's not Garrot. But next turn we can hero power it into Immolation Aura. And that will full clear the board. And we have Warband.
Mana.
Deal with the Devil's looking pretty nice too. Probably better than Jotun. It will depend on what they develop here as to whether we go Immo or a Relic Vault or just play the Warband.
Never bring a sword to a fish fight. Ha ha!
Kind of looks like it wants to be the Warband here, though. And then I really do want to get this down next turn so I can start healing a bit. Oh yeah, that card still exists, doesn't it?
Package tight for treasure transport.
Well, I don't think we're getting the deal with the Devil down unless we top deck one of the Runic Adornments options here. Base, clear, a little bit of healing here. And then ideally follow it up next turn with the deal with the Devil.
Blood and plunder.
You can clear that with the hero power, so that paves the way for this perfectly. God, at this rate, I should have just taken the Zymox. The Jotun was a little ambitious.
Enough of this.
Alright. Fortunately, we queued into maybe the worst of the three big rogue decks. Like, Kingsbane doesn't even register on the rogue tier list.
Arana versus
Lunara!
The forest fights back. I alone will shield my people.
Could be worth playing the deal with the devil on a coin. That's a lot of stats.
I see you've brought guests.
Dragons, huh? Right, we can curve deal with the devil into deal with the devil. It's a lot of consecutive stats. Zero-minute Illidari studies is pretty good. Let's just develop something onto the board. Don't really have anything great for next turn. I don't think I want to use the coin on the warband. Let's just take it.
The dragons come, and we are many.
Nice. Okay, so they can trade over one of these, but then we just can go warband and send one of the rushing minions into that fella. That said, like, I'm quite concerned about the inevitable Reno. There's not much I can do about it now. Good order on it's easier to heal than it is to gain armor. Let's just slide this in. You have a fair amount of just face damage at this point, as well as tokens to continue generating value. So it's not Reno. That's good information. Grab the Zymox. Play another one of these.
This desecration of the Titan's land stops here.
Just every amount of progress that I've made is completely undone by a single card. And we go from likely winning the game to almost certainly losing. Thanks to a singular card. Feels pretty bad.
Relaxation for all, and all thanks to me.
None of the attacks looked appealing to me there, so just see if I can clean some of them up on this coming turn. Because the math will math a little bit better after these trades.
So the legends are true.
That has an extremely bad failure rate for me. Okay. Definitely could have gone worse. This is my last push. I think I hold it for next turn. So that I can Relic Vault it. It's super greedy.
I bring life.
Like, it's kind of the consequences of the 5 blowout.
Vengeance! 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 Vengeance!
Presently I just died to other Alex. But there seems to be no way I can avoid that happening. Other than just praying they don't have it. They could be trying to draw into it off of the wand. That's not the wand. Ooh, I almost got scammed there. Instead, I did the counter scam. I don't know, like even in hindsight, if it was correct to hold. They definitely wouldn't have been able to make as aggressive a line as they did if I had developed the Relic the turn earlier. So I definitely would have been probably not hit by the Alex, but I don't actually know if it was correct to hold there. Worked out though.
Arana versus Nemzi.
Okay. This feels like it'll be a pretty gross matchup for me unless I'm able to... 'cause I assume it's like quest line, right? This is the curve that I wanted. I just need to develop stats and pray that I don't just die randomly. Or realistically pray that the opponent has a bad draw. The issue is I just simply don't have enough burst damage for how low they get themselves, unless I'm able to make a board state. Oh.
Impressive.
Okay, that may allow me to greed the phantasms. Either way, it's a whole lot more interesting than Demon Seed would be. If they put a minion into play here, I might be able to justify using the extinction plus another relic vault so that I can get better value off of the phantasms. There's even a world where I just go relic vault and hero power until I can get value off of this. And that way I make 3/3 and 4/4. So let's greet it. I don't need to be in as big of a rush net. Like, oh man, the stress just melts away when it's not Demon Seed. It's phenomenal. Yeah, we can get the Jotun here. I suppose we've probably waited long enough for this. Now I can go Jotun into Relic Vault to Relic of Dimensions. I can actually go on 6, play both of these double vaulted, and I'll get a lot of cost reduction. The reason I didn't want to do this sooner is it's really weak to a lot of like the Warlock board clears. Wait, plot twist? Truly a gaming moment here.
Our work now shapes life as we know it.
Okay. Need to make void space because of how many of our spells work, and I also just don't want to leave the Relic on the board, as cool as it is. I wonder if they had a second copy of Plot Twist and they just go in infinite. Like if you have Plot Twist plus Relic. Incredible. That's why we made board space. Even though I didn't quite make enough. Let's see what's in here. All right. Getting the deal with the devil off of the Jotun into a Curtis is kind of silly. Assuming that this board is able to stick. They're gonna need something good off that hero power. Probably needed to be gooder than that.
I have given up everything.
Yeah, I should have hero powered first.
Sacrificed. A new age arrives.
Wait, I missed lethal because of it? No, I would have been one off. No, I have exacties. Wow.
Fear my glaive.
I need to stop looking at the Firestone counter and actually look at the health total. Yeah, the deck's doing surprisingly well outside of that first, like, completely unwinnable matchup. So, moving on from that game into the other games is definitely worthwhile.
Arana versus Jaina.
Peace is not always the answer. I alone will shield my people.
Sure what to think about mage. Let's see if we can get our relics ramping. It's good already in the outcast slot.
Ah,
40 cards, no quest. That's a good sign.
I see you've brought guests.
However, Reno, generally not a good sign for me. 'Cause I do rely on, like, making a push with the board. Having my big boards deleted is less than ideal, but we'll do our best here. There's also a chance it's just not Reno and I'm worried about nothing again. Honestly, that's not bad for the game plan that I'm working towards. I don't really want to play this naked, especially against Mage where they just ping it. Maybe another Runic Adornment might be worthwhile here. That was extremely unlikely to be drawn already. Sure. We're just token Demon Hunter now. We do be token though. Smoking on that Jaina pack, I think. Rip Bozo. Maybe not. Alright, let's go here. There it is. Kind of want to get the Jotun down next turn, so let's do this. That'll potentially help ramp the relics for the sake of the Phantasm here. So I think just getting Jotun down on curve in what could be a slower matchup is probably a wise decision.
Our work now shapes life as we know it.
Alright then. Got a lot of cast when drawn effects going on. And eventually we can start getting relic. Oh. Are they just Skeleton Mage already? And they generated the cold case? Assume they freeze and want to get the hero power value. Or not the hero power, the infinitize value. Nope. That is fine by me. The less times they play the infinitize, the better. Let's go here first. I think I'll just take the damage. I've got a fair amount of healing in hand. See if I can protect some of these. Never mind. Okay. Thank you. Have we seen a duplicate yet? It does not seem as though we have.
You will break as we have been broken!
So I think it is just Reno.
I ain't talking.
Seems pretty likely. There's that relic juicing that we were talking about. Just saw the rat. I just need 2 more of these to die, and the Zymox is good to go. And that would be a turn before the Reno, so that would be probably ideal. Looking for the fire sale, I imagine. Or I guess another Infinitons could go kind of crazy. Oh no, I don't think we're winning this game. I have to do this to get this fella active.
So the legends are true!
For order. Actually, extremely poor order. Maybe the worst possible order. These are both getting, like, all 3 of these could get frozen, and they could still retain one of the Sleet Skaters in hand. Hitting the Sleet Skater off of that was rough. That didn't do a singular thing. So at least there's that. To me, that kind of suggests they don't have the Reno. Let's not go too hard on that read just yet. Still have 1 more Sleet Skater, right? Yeah. Okay, likely an Ice Block. One of those is likely an Ice Block.
I do say, I seem to have lost the focus.
Seems like a good sign, and that it's a bit of a desperation play. Go face, play around Flame Ward. Counterspell. Ice Barrier. Objection. I'm largely out of minions, though. Like, I just have Renethal left. That's why I didn't want to develop, but that's still very bad for me because now I don't have anything I can realistically develop here. Other than maybe just the next Relic Vault. Or when we draw the final Phantasms. That's why I was even hesitant to play the Deal with the Devil there, not just because I got one fewer minion, but because, like, you're clearly fishing for something. I really need to get the Curtis down soon. Might just be a hero power pass turn without even attacking their face. I'll take that. Yeah. Nothing bad was going to happen, but it wasn't like that was a huge risk. So I think it's Ice Block Objection right now. Good God, what a top deck. Alright, need to figure out how to test for Counterspell. Jeez. There's the Counterspell.
Everything. What have you sacrificed? Fear
Okay.
my glaive.
It's a lot of stats, but we still have an Ice Block and like Reno Jackson to get through. Potentially. Well, almost certainly an Ice Block, but probably a Reno in the near future as well. Them consistently getting this hero power is also kind of a problem for me. We just trade this off, right? That is unbelievable. I can't silence my own minion, unfortunately, so I can't take the reverb off of this. Good pickup.
Your confession will save us all time.
Fear my blade.
I'll hold. That's a pretty outrageous hero power to get after generating a second wildfire. Oof. There's a decent chance we're just dead here if they're holding Koldara Drake as well.
Submit. Submit. Fear my glaive.
So let's hope they're not. Just get that out. I don't need to double draw off the Relic right now. I have too much card draw as it stands. So, just need to not die here. Given that they haven't already started killing me, I think we're off to a good start. This opponent got insanely lucky, man. To hit the Reno Koldara Drake off of a 3-card Spinley, and then to get the Arcane Bolt at the exact turn that they needed it, just unreal. Like, that took everything that this deck has, and it still just wasn't even remotely enough.